G'day class, my name is Sir Romeo and welcome again to another fun and exciting science lesson. For today, we will be talking about Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion. Are you ready? Alright, let's do this. Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion describe the motion of massive bodies and how they interact with each other. While Newton's 3 laws of motion may seem to be obvious to us today, more than 3 centuries ago they were considered revolutionary. Newton was one of the most influential scientists of all time. His ideas became the basis for modern physics. He even built upon ideas put forth from the works of previous scientists, including Galileo and Aristotle, and was able to prove some ideas that had only been theories before. He studied optics, astronomy, and math, and he even invented calculus. Now let's talk about the 3 laws of motion one by one. Now the first law of motion of Sir Isaac Newton is what we call law of inertia. Law of inertia states that a body at rest will remain at rest and a body in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon an external or an unbalanced force. This simply means that things cannot start, cannot even stop, or even change direction all by themselves. It takes some force acting upon them from the outside, which causes them to change direction or to change in motion. This property of massive bodies to resist changes in their state of motion is sometimes, or what we call, inertia. That's I-N-E-R-T-I-A. That's inertia. Now, the second law of motion is what we call the law of acceleration, which describes what happens to a massive body when it is acted upon an unbalanced force. It states that the force acting on an object is equal to the mass of the object times the acceleration. This is written in mathematical form as F is equal to ma, where F is the force, the unit is Newton, m is the mass, a is acceleration. The bold letters indicate that force and acceleration are vector quantities, meaning when we say vector quantity, they do have magnitude plus direction. The force can be a single force, or it can be the vector sum of more than one force, which is the net force after all the forces are combined. Last but not least is the third law of motion, which is the law of interaction, which states that for every action there should be an equal and an opposite reaction. This law describes what happens to a body when it exerts a force on another body. You know that forces always come in pair. So when one body pushes against another, the second body will definitely push back as hard as it is. For example, when you push a cart, the cart pushes back against you, although you don't know that. When you pull on a rope, the rope pulls back against you, although you don't see that. When gravity pulls you down against the ground pushes up against your feet. And when a rocket ignites its fuel behind it, the expanding exhaust gas pushes on the rockets, causing it to accelerate. So if there is an action, there should be a reaction pushing each other onto opposite direction. So these are the 3 laws of motion. Remember, that is, first, the law of inertia, second, the law of acceleration, and the last one is the law of interaction. That's all for today. I'll see you again on another science lesson. Goodbye.